Hey guys, it's been a while, maybe like a week or so since I made a YouTube video, and this is actually going to be like my first vlog. Um, I don't know why my screen is so yellow, but it's going to be back on anyway, so. But, I was like just surfing on YouTube today, and I saw some videos that were appalling to me, and I know there are so many YouTube videos about it, but I wanted to make one my own myself. What determines beauty in this society? I feel like that's one thing that is really askew nowadays. Like, there are so many people that feel like we have to look like celebrities do on some certain magazine, or we're not pretty. That's ridiculous. Everyone has their own beauty. There's beauty in everyone. I was watching this one video of this girl. She went to private school from kindergarten to 8th grade, and I could relate to her story because it was quite similar to mine. She went to a predominantly white school, and she was the only African American girl. No one had any comments, and everyone just saw her as who she was. That was who she was, and no one cared. But she'd go to church, and she was teased. She'd be called, what do they call it, burnt, or like chocolate chip, or so many derogatory terms just because of her skin tone. And I'm telling you, this girl was drop dead gorgeous. And if I could find her YouTube page again, I'll put a link with this video. And I was like, that's crazy how just because of her skin tone she wasn't accepted, she wasn't considered beautiful. And that, I mean, I could relate to, but it's sad. It really is sad. I remember growing up and I used to get teased because of the way I talked or the way I acted. I grew up in predominantly Caucasian neighborhoods. I went to predominantly Caucasian schools my whole entire life, and it bothered me. It did. It didn't bother me. I mean, it was normal. It was what I did. It was my life. But when I'd go around other people and they'd question me or try to say I wasn't being who I am African American, and I'm proud to be African American. But it's like I wasn't trying to, in their eyes, I wasn't being myself. And I can only be who I am. And to this day, I still get people saying things to me like, oh, you try and act white. How can someone act white or act black? I'm just me. I'm Jasmine. So that's something I've never understood. But I was talking to my friend Gregory, and we were just talking about how there's so much self-loathing in our generation. There are so many people that feel inadequate, like they're not enough or they're not good enough because of so-and-so. You know? I mean, I personally, I used to battle with low self-esteem because of my eyes. I have grown to love them, but I used to hate my eyes. I got teased throughout grade school, people calling me Blackie Chan or Blasian, and like now I take it as a compliment. It's a beautiful race. Like I've met so many beautiful Asians, and for someone to say that I resemble one, I find that to be incredibly flattering. But I used to cry. It used to bother me. It's sad now that I think about it. I think it's quite juvenile things that kids will say, but that all just stems from problems within oneself. And that brings me to this whole light skin versus dark skin situation. And I know I'm just another one YouTube video that's a million of them have been made about this whole entire subject, but how is there going to be almost racism within one's race? Does that make any sense? Because it's like saying, oh, Jasmine, you're not light-skinned, so you're not as beautiful as this one girl might be. Or you're not the same amount of a woman. You're not as much of a woman as she is because of your skin tone. Or I remember in one song, I won't say who the singer was, but they said, beautiful black woman, I bet that look better red. And I just thought about that. I was like, so I can't be beautiful just being a black woman. I would have to have a lighter complexion to be found beautiful in society. I think that's ridiculous. And there are so many beautiful dark-skinned women, and there are many beautiful light-skinned women. So it's like, what is the point? Who wants to look the same? There are so many different shades throughout every ethnicity, and that causes originality. That makes someone who they are. My skin tone is a part of who I am. And if I was a different skin tone, I wouldn't be the same person that I am, and I wouldn't want to be. I love me. I love who I am. Sometimes, I mean, everyone has their own insecurities, but at the end of the day, I love me, you know? And it hurts my heart to see some people think that, oh, if I was just a little bit thinner, or if I was a little bit taller, maybe then I'd be attractive. Like, I mean, I've dealt with that, but it all comes from society. And we're the only nation, not North America, because I bet Canada's a lot more laid back than us. But in the U.S., it's crazy how we have this idea of what beauty is or what perfection is, when really no one is perfect. And that's always bothered me. But I don't know. There's no way that I myself can just go and change the world by just what I feel and what I think. But if everyone just sat back and thought about, hey, why do I feel this way? Why do I think this way? We would have such a better society. I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone has their own preference. Everyone is attracted to who they're attracted to. But does that mean you should put down others because they might not have the same phenotype as the people that you are attracted to do? That's incredibly wrong. And I don't know. After talking to Gregory last night and seeing those YouTube videos, so like 3 videos, it bothered me. And I just wanted to talk about it because everyone's beautiful. You're beautiful. And don't let anyone ever take that away from you. Never let anyone make you feel bad about yourself. I can't stress that enough, because I've dealt with those issues, and I've been through that, and no one should ever have to feel bad about themselves. I mean, we're brought into this world without any securities. We come into this life thinking that we're like the coolest thing since sliced bread, you know? And then we're thrown into this world full of people that are angry and have hatred towards themselves, and they have nothing else better to do than to point out everyone else's flaws to make themselves feel better. And that pains my heart, and I don't want to be a part of that. I think everyone, I've said this millions of times, but I think everyone is beautiful. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, my best friend, I'm going to put her on blast right now, Janae, she is gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. I wish I was as tall as her. She's like my big sister. And I envy her. She's like 5'9". And, I don't know, she's how much older than me? Maybe 2.5 months older than me. But I love that girl. She's beautiful. And, yeah. I don't know what else to say, but you are beautiful, and don't let anyone tell you that you're not. Oh, oops, I forgot. Shout out to Greg. You're amazing. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. Bye!